Yeah, so I can't lie. My habits right now have me in the trenches and I need to change. What do I do?
What are you trying to achieve though?
Just a better lifestyle, feeling more fulfilled in myself. Yeah, and I've always heard habits make the man, but I don't really understand what that means.
I think it's definitely worth considering, in my opinion anyway, when it comes to being able to build good habits. Always just start with, what does the morning look like and what does the evening look like? You can fill in the middle of the day later, but if you can get a good start to the morning and get a good end in the evening, you find that everything else makes it easy to be able to fill in. So I do personally subscribe to, and it doesn't have to be done within 60 minutes, but there was something that I learned some years ago, but I believe the person was Robin Sharma, I want to say, and he talked about the golden hour. And the golden hour suggests in the morning, and by the way, his subscription was that it was based on waking up at 5 a.m. and then being able to do this all between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. But you could arguably do it in whatever your version of the golden hour is. Waking up at 6, waking up at 6:30, waking up at 7, whatever. But basically, he divides that hour into 3 clear sections. So he says that you've got 20 minutes of reading, 20 minutes workout, and 20 minutes of planning the day. Just that alone, by having those 3 things done in the morning, think about how intentional that is. You've read, so you feel like you've onboarded new information, you've learned something new, you've grown in some way. 20 minutes of working out, you've had that dopamine rush. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You've started to move the lymphatic system, all of that. And then 20 minutes of being able to plan your day so you feel you're going into the rest of the day with more intentionality. That's powerful. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So just that, in terms of having habits first thing in the morning, and also what this is, and obviously you know this anyway, but this is actually an example of starting to habit stack. So let's just put that over here in terms of the fact that this is actually getting you in the habit, pun intended, of habit stacking. Because guess what happens now? You stack this, as soon as you finish doing this, you know you're going to do this. As soon as you finish doing this, you know you're going to do this. Then what happens now, it becomes very easy once you've done this to say, well, now I should have a healthy breakfast. So then you're going to probably stack that habit. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So then now suddenly you got healthy brekkie. Do you get what I'm saying? Now on top of that, you might be saying to yourself, well, hold on a second. I made myself the healthy breakfast and I've eaten that. Maybe I should carry a book with me to get on the train or the bus or the whatever mode of transport you're using to go to the office. So you might swap that out. So it becomes so easy to stack those habits accordingly. Then when it comes to the evening, some of the things that I definitely subscribe to, just based on...
Wait, question, before you get onto that part. So I feel like I can do all of those things, but I wouldn't necessarily do it in that order. Now, I saw a YouTube video about be spontaneous. I want to do, if I want to read on the way to work, maybe I'll do that day, but then on the next day I might read while I'm in bed, or I might work out in the morning, but the next day work out in the evening. Like, don't I get the same results?
Not necessarily. 2 reasons. If you're talking about being able to build habits that you can sustain consistently, that spontaneity is not always going to be helpful. Because as much as we like to think that spontaneity is enjoyable in life and there is space for spontaneity in life, we as humans are creatures of habit. It's just facts. We are. Most animals are creatures of habit. So therefore, we have to just respect that within our internal psychology. It's just facts. So in terms of saying, will you get the same results? Will you potentially get some of the same results physically? Possibly, not denying that. But in terms of being able to do what you said, which is develop a good series of habits, that's going to become very hard to do. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now, obviously, what we haven't talked about, which is something that, we learned from Kesha when we were in Revolution Hive, around that whole concept of the fact that the PER3 gene within our body doesn't necessarily dictate but influences our flow of energy throughout the day. And that's why you have the 4 sleep chronotypes, being the lion, the bear, the wolf, and the dolphin. And obviously those sleep chronotypes determining the kind of energy that you might have at different times throughout the day might determine when's best for you to do certain activities during that day. If you're someone who's going to have a dip in energy at a certain time and you're studying for something, you don't want to study at the time when you've got the dip in energy.
Yeah.
So you might want to study at the time when you know you're more likely to have more energy, when you are going to be more focused. But that's a bit more advanced, so I wouldn't say let's get into that too tough right now. But what I would say is that the second thing is, the reason why it might not work is because if we're talking physically again, you can work out in the evening. But studies do show that, for example, if we're just taking working out as one specific habit, it is more effective to work out in the morning for multiple reasons. Fat loss purposes, the ability to grow and repair, like so many things. Like it actually influences more a better sleep at night by working out in the morning, all of that kind of stuff. So just using that as an example, do you get what I'm trying to say? Quickly on the evening habits, and again, let's just base this on 1 hour, because there's no point us trying to look at it like, oh my gosh, like I want to get my habits pattern for the whole 24 hours of the day minus 8. Let's say you do sleep 8 hours, so for my whole 16 hours I want to have perfect habits. That's challenging. Let's start with 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. So here's what I would say again, and we're going to drop out the working out. What I would say is we're going to do 20 minutes, reflect on the day, yeah, and we're going to do 20 minutes reading, and these two actually might swap, I'm not gonna lie, I might swap them, but then we're also gonna have 20 minutes stretch / breathing. So it's really good to have a good, whether it's a meditative practice or a breathing exercise that you can do before bed, as well as, again, reading. So the reason for the reading to happen first 20 minutes of the day, and the reason I swap these, just so you know, is not because you can't read and then stretch, you definitely can, but actually by doing the reading in the first 20 minutes a day and the last 20 minutes a day, they say that the research shows that your brain is in what's called theta brain waves when you first wake up, and also in the last 20 minutes before you go to bed. And so your ability to submit information into your subconscious mind is improved when your brain is in theta brainwaves. So it's actually better to onboard new information first thing and last thing. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're like me, that reading last thing probably will also make you fall asleep anyway.
Yeah, literally.
Do you get what I'm saying? You'll fall asleep with the book in hand. But that's just how it goes. So yeah.
You look like you're having a bit of trouble.
I'm having a mess. I'm gonna sort this out on camera, fam. They don't mind. Do you get what I'm saying? So key thing here though, yeah, is there we go. Key thing here. That's looking nuts, cuz. There we go. Yeah, the key thing here though is to understand this concept of habit stacking. So effectively, we are more likely to be able to onboard a new habit when we have respected the fact that a previous habit is already there. If you're somebody who currently has bad habits, you have to respect what's called a habit loop. So let's just very, very briefly, not to make this too long, but let's just quickly respect what we mean by the habit loop. So we have a cue, we have desire, no, it's not that. And then you have your routine, then you have reward. Craving, that's it, yes. So you have your cue, you have your craving, which is what it should say. Then you have your routine, and you have your reward. So this is how habits work. Something happens that triggers the start of a process. So when you, for example, wake up first thing in the morning and your alarm goes off, some people's craving is to stay in bed and stay warm and stay comfortable. So therefore what will happen is they will end up snoozing the alarm. Then what will happen is they will get their extra 10, 15, 20, 30, 1 hour, which it shouldn't have been, but they got so sucked in, 1 hour sleep, and then they're like, wow, I feel good, but then they feel guilty because they're like, oh, I should have got up. Whereas some people, when their alarm goes off, the craving is, oh my gosh, I can get my workout in. So therefore, the routine is going to be get out of bed as quickly as possible, get the workout in, and feel the fulfillment of having done that. So because we know this is what happens, habit stacking is great, because what you can do is the end of one habit can become the cue for the new habit. So the end of this habit will be closing the book and looking at the fact that your workout shoes are already out. So that triggers the start of this habit, which is to put the workout shoes on and complete. Do you get what I'm saying? The end of this habit is that wherever you work out, your journal for planning your day is right next to the place where you're working out. So that triggers the completion of this to go straight into this. So that's how you habit stack. try and put the cue for the next habit to be to be at the end of the previous habit. Do you get what I'm saying? And then after a while, you start to realize this thing just happens on autopilot. Do you get what I'm saying?
So, just to round up then, I'm thinking you are
carry on. But it still looks pattern. It still looks pattern. If you lot are watching this, tell me in the comments what you think, fam.
No, just to round up then, in terms of your personal lifestyle, to get the results that you get and what you achieve. Guys,
yeah,
you can see the bottom of the thing right now. But what is your personal routine and why? If you give us a quick rundown of why you do each habit.
So first thing that happens in the morning, I get up, and whilst I'm using the bathroom, I read. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's the first thing I do. During my reading, I'm oil swishing as well. So coconut oil swishing, oil pudding, whatever you want to call it. For people who are interested in that, you just tablespoon of coconut oil, swish that. Brush teeth, go into the kitchen. Usually I've already done the fruits for my whole family from the night before. So that bit's just a case of taking the fruits out of the fridge. But I have 3 mugs of warm water, followed by 1 mug of lemon and ginger tea.
3 mugs at one time?
Yeah, straight after one another. So I have a mug of warm water, but I'm not backing it, I'm sipping it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because during that same time, I'm putting away the clean dishes from last night. So then obviously during that time of putting away the dishes, I'm drinking the warm water. And then I also have a mug of lemon and ginger tea. So in all of this routine I'm telling you, just know that I'm drinking 4 amounts of water.
Cups.
Four liquids. So
I just said 4 cups. I should have said 4 mugs.
If I haven't done the CMOS from the night before, I'll also do it during that period. So whilst I'm in the kitchen, I'll make CMOS for the family. And then after I finish doing that, go to the gym. Obviously each day in the gym's a different thing, but I go to the gym. And then, except for a Thursday, I do a home workout. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, I go to the gym. Thursday, I do a 30-minute home workout. Get back from the gym. Now, Nova goes nursery, so take Nova to the nursery, come back. If it's a day like today where I'm coming into the office, as soon as I get back from the nursery, change clothes. During that time when I've got back, I drink my bush tea. So that I drink obviously herbs and bush and that every day, like stuff from Caribbean, wherever. So I'll drink whatever bush tea I'm drinking, like at the moment it's pimento leaf. But yeah, I'll drink my bush tea, drink my CMOS, leave to go to the office. Go to the office. On the way there, I meditate. Sometimes I meditate before I leave, sometimes I meditate on the journey. You get what I'm saying? So I'll meditate either before I leave or on the journey. Try and do my journal as well during that journey, or if I haven't done it the night before. Arrive in the office, I already know what I'm doing, get my work done. On the way home, what I do now is I bring out my book and I read on the way home. So I bring my little highlighter and I do my book on the way home. And then once I'm at home, after I've eaten, straight into the next thing of make fruits again for the next day. Do you know what I'm saying? Make fruits for the next day. Once I finish doing the fruits for the next day, make sure I write in my journal for the next day, brush teeth, wash face, stretch, and then go to bed.
So is it all autopilot for you right now?
It's just autopilot. That's literally
doing it for such a long time.
Because it's been doing it for a long time, innit? So it ends up just working out like that. But obviously, what's good about when you've got routines is you can find little opportunities to maximize.
Yeah.
So like, for example, I know I need to be making more content because you know my philosophy. I didn't grow up in the generation where the content is the business. I grew up in the generation where the content's the thing that markets the business. I'm having to respect the fact that content is key. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I can't keep making excuses about not having content. So how do I get around this? Oh, wow. When I drop Nova to nursery, I have a 3-minute drive home. That's enough time to make a video. So now I make a video every time I'm driving back from dropping her to nursery. Oh, wow. I've got a 10-minute walk. I say walk. Sometimes I leave the house at crazy that. My train will be in 10 minutes and I know I need to leave then in order to be able to walk to the station. I'll be leaving with 6.5 minutes and jogging all the time. But anyway, yeah, if I leave with the actual 10 minutes, that's enough time to make a couple videos. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'll just do it on my walk, efficient. Today, what I did is on the way to the office, because I'd already meditated, it was like, oh, actually, 20 minutes, edit a video. So by the time I reach the office, it's already edited. I can just post it now. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm finding little ways to maximize my time. And that's now, once I did that today, I said, oh shit, this is a dope habit to have. On the way to the office, quickly edit it, boom, videos up. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what's good about this. Once you've got, it's like when people say they want spontaneity, I admire it, but what they don't realize is the guilt that comes with not doing the things you say you want to do is actually more impactful than not having the habits to start with. Do you get what I'm saying? So my suggestion is always have strong structures and routines so that you can see where the flexibility exists. Like, for example, I have a certain way I like to do my work during the week, but on Friday we were going to view new places that we might want to be able to move to. So, okay, now I'm going to move this here, this is going to go here, this is going to go here, boom, now I've got the free time to do it. I can go without feeling guilty. Because I've already seen how I move. This goes here, this goes here. It's Tetris. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I lay my thing out in a spreadsheet, because then I can just see this goes here, this moves down, this moves across, this goes here, this goes into next week. All right, we'll bring her back and then bang, you have one week. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how it works in my head. I'm like Rain Man in my head, bro.
Why do you move like that?
Then you gotta just, you get me? Like, and then this goes here, and then you bring it back, and then throw that up, catch it. Do you get what I'm saying? Bang, then you're done. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah. But anyway, that's enough because we're waffling. So this has been another video. I was about to say this has been another episode of Daily Decisions. It really hasn't. But this has been another video from 7PK on helping you to win. So if you want to be part of a community that is growing, thriving, progressing every day, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you leave a comment, make sure you share with somebody, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.